There comes a moment in every person's life when everything they've worked for begins to fall apart. Not all at once, not with a loud warning. Sometimes it happens quietly. A phone call changes everything. A relationship ends without an explanation. A dream you've spent years building disappears overnight. The people you trusted walk away. The future you imagined no longer exists. And, suddenly, you're standing in the middle of a life you no longer recognize. If that's where you are today, I want you to hear something that could change the way you see this moment forever. You are not being buried, you are being planted. There is a difference, because a seed and a person have one thing in common. Before either one can grow into something extraordinary, they both have to disappear beneath the surface. Life has a strange way of breaking us before it builds us. We hate that truth. We fight it. We ask questions that seem to have no answers. Why me? Why now? What did I do to deserve this? But maybe, just maybe, you've been asking the wrong question. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Because every painful season carries a lesson that comfort never could. Think about it. Nobody discovers their real strength on their best day. Nobody learns courage when everything is easy. Nobody develops resilience while life is giving them everything they want. Strength is born in struggle. Character is forged in disappointment. Wisdom is earned through pain, and the version of you that you're becoming could never exist without the battle you're fighting today. The world celebrates success, but success has a secret that nobody talks about. Behind every confident person, there was once someone who doubted themselves. Behind every champion, there were countless defeats. Behind every inspiring story, there were nights filled with fear, tears, and uncertainty. We only see the victory. We rarely see the breaking point that came before it. Maybe you're at that breaking point right now. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you're tired of pretending that you're okay. Maybe every morning feels heavier than the last. Maybe you've smiled in front of everyone, only to cry when nobody was watching. If that's true, you're not weak. You're human, and being human means feeling pain, but it also means possessing something extraordinary, the ability to rise. No matter how many times life knocks you down. Look at nature. The strongest trees don't grow in perfect weather. They grow through storms. Every powerful wind forces their roots deeper into the ground. What looked like destruction was actually preparation. Maybe the storm in your life isn't here to destroy you. Maybe it's here to deepen your roots. Maybe life isn't taking something away from you. Maybe it's creating space for something greater. The hardest seasons often remove the people who were never meant to stay. They expose the habits that were holding you back. They revealed the beliefs that kept you playing small. Pain has a way of revealing truth. Comfort often hides it. That's why the most dangerous place in life isn't failure. It's comfort. Comfort convinces you that tomorrow is guaranteed. Comfort whispers, you can start later. Comfort tells you to wait until you feel ready. But greatness has never lived inside comfort. Every meaningful transformation begins with discomfort. Every breakthrough starts with uncertainty. Every comeback begins with a decision. Not a perfect plan. Not perfect confidence. Just one decision. I refuse to stay here. That's where every great story begins. Not when everything is perfect, but when someone decides, this is not how my story ends. The world will try to convince you that your value depends on your achievements, your income, your appearance, your followers, your status. But none of those things define who you are. Because if success can give you your identity, failure can steal it. Your worth must be built on something deeper. You are valuable because of who you are becoming, not because of what you've already accomplished. Remember that, especially on the days when nothing seems to be working, especially when rejection makes you question yourself, especially when the mirror reflects someone who's forgotten how to believe, Don't confuse a difficult season with a defeated life. Winter has never stopped spring from coming. Night has never defeated the sunrise. And this chapter, no matter how painful, will not last forever. Some of the strongest people you'll ever meet carry invisible scars, not because life was easy, but because they refused to let pain become their identity. They learned something that changes everything. Pain is temporary. Growth is permanent. Scars don't mean you lost sometimes. They prove that you survived. Think about the person you were 5 years ago. You've already overcome challenges you once believed would destroy you. At the time, you couldn't imagine making it through. Yet here you are. Still breathing. Still standing. Still moving forward. You've survived 100% of your worst days. Read that again. You've survived 100% of your worst days. That means there's evidence that you're stronger than your fear wants. You too believe fear is a liar. It tells you this pain will last forever. It tells you you're not enough. It tells you everyone else has it figured out. None of those things are true. Every person you admire has fought battles you know nothing about. Everyone is carrying something. The difference is that some people allow pain to define them. Others allow pain to develop them. Which one will you become? Because today, right now, in this very moment, you're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to bitterness, the other leads to growth. One path asks, why did this happen? The other asks, who can I become because of this? Your future depends on the answer. Life may have broken your plans. It may have broken your expectations. It may have broken your heart, but it does not have the power to break your spirit. Unless you hand it that power, and as long as you can breathe, as long as your heart continues to beat, your story is still being written. This is not the end. This is where the rebuilding begins. There is a moment in every difficult season when the pain stops feeling temporary. It begins to feel like your new reality. The silence grows louder. The days become heavier. Even simple things start to feel impossible. You wake up hoping today will be different, only to carry the same invisible weight into another sunrise. That is the moment most people surrender, not because they are weak, but because they believe nothing will ever change. The greatest lie pain ever tells is that it will last forever. It won't. Every storm in history has ended. Every winter has surrendered to spring. Every night has eventually given way to the morning. This season is no different. It only feels endless because you're living inside it. Life has an unusual way of rebuilding people. It doesn't begin by adding something new. It begins by removing everything that no longer belongs. The wrong people leave. False confidence disappears. Old habits fall apart. Comfort fades away. At first, it feels like loss. Later, you realize it was freedom. Some chapters are meant to close, not because they failed, but because they fulfilled their purpose. Holding on to yesterday only delays tomorrow. The strongest version of yourself has never lived in your comfort zone. It has always been waiting on the other side of uncertainty. Growth has never asked for permission. It arrives quietly. One difficult decision at a time. One lonely morning at a time. One disciplined choice at a time. Nobody notices those moments. There are no cameras, no applause, no audience. Just you and the decision to keep going. That decision changes everything. Character is never built in front of a crowd. It is built when nobody is watching. Long before the world calls someone successful, there are countless mornings filled with doubt. There are nights when quitting feels reasonable. There are moments when every step forward feels invisible. Those unseen moments become the foundation of extraordinary lives. Pressure has a purpose. Coal remains ordinary for millions of years, but under enough pressure, it becomes a diamond. The pressure did not destroy it. It revealed what was hidden inside. Your life is doing the same. Every setback is exposing strength you never knew existed. Every disappointment is teaching patience. Every failure is building wisdom. Every delay is preparing perspective. Nothing meaningful is being wasted. Even the pain has a purpose. One day, you will stop asking why everything happened. Instead, you'll be grateful that it did. Because the person you're becoming today could never have existed without this chapter. Success changes your circumstances. Pain changes your character. Character always lasts longer. People spend years chasing confidence. The truth is, confidence isn't found. It is earned. It grows every time you survive something you thought would destroy you. It grows every time you choose discipline over excuses. It grows every time you stand back up after falling. That's why scars are powerful. They are reminders, proof that pain visited your life but never made itself your home. Look around. Every masterpiece begins as something unfinished. Every skyscraper begins as an empty piece of land. Every powerful story begins with uncertainty. Your life is still under construction. Don't judge the building while the foundation is still being laid. Foundations are messy. They're slow. Most of the important work happens underground, where nobody can see it. The same is true for your growth. Just because nobody notices your progress doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Every small step matters. Every disciplined day matters. Every time you refuse to give up, you become someone your past could never recognize. The world celebrates dramatic victories. Life is transformed by quiet consistency. Keep showing up. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep believing. Not because it's easy, but because your future deserves the version of you that refuses to quit. The day will come when everything that once felt impossible will become part of your story, not the chapter that ended you, the chapter that introduced you to your strongest self. Most people never lose because life was too difficult. They lose because they slowly stop believing in themselves. It never happens all at once. It happens quietly. One disappointment becomes hesitation. Hesitation becomes fear. Fear becomes doubt. And before they realize it, they're living a life built around what they are afraid of, instead of what they are capable of. That is how dreams disappear. Not with a loud ending, but with silent surrender. Never allow one painful chapter to become the title of your entire story. A single failure does not define your future. One rejection does not determine your value. One mistake does not erase your potential. Life keeps moving, and so should you. Every sunrise is a reminder that beginnings never ask for permission. They simply arrive. The strongest people understand something different. They stop waiting for perfect conditions. They create progress in imperfect moments. They take one step when they feel uncertain, another step when they feel afraid, another step when nobody believes in them. Eventually, those small steps become an extraordinary journey. Success has always belonged to people who kept walking. Long after everyone else stopped. Discipline is rarely exciting. Most days, it feels ordinary. Waking up early. Keeping promises to yourself. Choosing growth over comfort. Doing the work. Even when motivation disappears. Those quiet decisions shape remarkable lives. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. That is why discipline changes lives. The mirror never lies. Every promise you keep to yourself builds trust. Every excuse you overcome builds confidence. Every difficult decision builds character. One day you look in the mirror and realize you're no longer becoming strong, you already are. Pain has a strange purpose. It removes illusions. It teaches you who truly belongs in your life. It reveals which habits are helping you and which ones are quietly destroying your future. Some people leave when life becomes difficult. Let them leave. Some opportunities disappear. Let them go. Anything that can walk away from your purpose was never meant to carry you toward it. Your path was never supposed to be crowded. Great journeys rarely are. There will be lonely mornings, long nights, moments when nobody understands your vision. Those moments are not punishment, they are preparation. Solitude has built more leaders than comfort ever could. Every hour spent improving yourself is an investment. No one can take away. Knowledge stays, character stays, discipline stays, everything else can disappear overnight. Build the things life cannot steal. There is incredible freedom in accepting one truth. You cannot control everything that happens to you. You can always control the person you choose to become because of it. That decision belongs to you every single day. Some people become bitter after pain. Others become wiser. Some become angry. Others become unstoppable. The difference isn't the storm. The difference is the mindset carried through it. Every challenge places a tool in your hands. Patience, humility, wisdom, strength, resilience. Whether those tools are used is entirely your choice. Time never changes people by itself. Choices do. Small choices, repeated consistently. That is how ordinary lives become extraordinary. One healthy habit. One courageous conversation. 1 disciplined morning. One more attempt after failure. That is where transformation lives. Not in dramatic moments, but in faithful consistency. There will come a day when the pain you feel today will no longer make you cry. It will make you proud. Not because suffering is beautiful, but because you refuse to let suffering define you. You became larger than your circumstances, stronger than your fear, wiser than your past. The world may remember your success, only you will remember the nights when quitting almost won. Those nights matter. They are the reason your victory will mean something. Keep walking, keep building, keep believing, because every step you take today is carrying you toward a future that your present struggles cannot yet imagine. One day, without even realizing it, you'll wake up and notice something has changed. The weight that once lived on your shoulders no longer feels as heavy. The memories that used to break you no longer control you. The fear that once kept you awake at night has lost its voice, not because life suddenly became easier, but because you became stronger than the things that once defeated you. That is how transformation happens, quietly, while everyone else is looking for dramatic change. Life is rebuilding you in the smallest moments. Every early morning you chose discipline over comfort. Every tear you wiped away instead of giving up. Every disappointment you survived. Every lonely night you refused to quit. None of it was meaningless. It was all preparing you. Most people believe confidence comes before action. It doesn't. Confidence is the reward for action. Every promise you keep to yourself becomes another brick in the foundation of your character. Every difficult choice strengthens your identity. Eventually, you stop wondering if you are capable. You know you are, because you've already proven it to yourself. There is something powerful about reaching the point where you no longer need the world's approval. The applause becomes optional. The criticism becomes background noise. The opinions that once controlled your emotions lose their power. Freedom begins the moment your self-worth is no longer borrowed from other people. Too many lives are spent trying to impress strangers while disappointing the person in the mirror. Choose differently. Build a life that makes you proud, not because it's perfect, but because it's honest. Stop chasing the image of success. Start becoming the kind of person who naturally creates success. The world teaches people to focus on results. Life teaches something deeper. Results fade. Character remains. Money can disappear. Titles can be taken away. Fame can vanish overnight. But discipline, integrity, wisdom, resilience, those are treasures no storm can steal. That is real wealth. The strongest people are not those who have avoided pain. They are the ones who learned how to carry hope through pain. Hope is not pretending everything is fine. Hope is choosing to believe that today's struggle is not tomorrow's destination. Every mountain has a summit. Every tunnel has an exit. Every storm runs out of rain. Keep moving. Even slowly. Progress doesn't have to be loud. A single step is still movement. A small improvement is still improvement. Quiet victory is still a victory. Never underestimate what consistency can accomplish. River doesn't carve through rock because it is powerful. It carves through rock because it never stops flowing. Become like that river, patient, steady, unstoppable. There will always be another obstacle, another setback, another unexpected challenge. That isn't bad luck. That is life. The goal was never to build a life without problems. The goal is to become the kind of person who refuses to be defeated by them. Strength is not found at the finish line. It is built on the road that leads there. Every difficult mile has been shaping your spirit. Every setback has been sharpening your vision. Every failure has been teaching lessons that success never could. One day, someone will look at your life and call you lucky. They'll admire your confidence, your peace, your success. They'll never see the invisible battles that made those things possible. They won't know about the mornings you wanted to stay in bed, the nights you questioned everything, the moments when your heart was breaking, yet you kept moving. That is your victory, not the destination, the person you became on the journey. Because in the end, life isn't measured by how many times you fell. It's measured by how many times you found the courage to rise. One more time, and that courage has been growing inside you all along. One day, this season will exist only as a memory. The nights that felt endless will become stories. The tears you tried so hard to hide will become proof that you survived. The pain that once convinced you to quit will become the reason someone else finds the strength to keep going. Nothing you have endured is meaningless. Every setback, every disappointment, every lonely road has been shaping a version of you that comfort could never create. Life has never been trying to find out how much pain you can survive. It has been revealing how much strength already lives inside you. Strength is rarely discovered in moments of celebration. It is uncovered in moments of uncertainty, when the world becomes quiet and all you have left is your next decision. That decision changes everything. Because destiny is not built in one extraordinary moment. It is built in ordinary moments, repeated with extraordinary commitment. Every morning you choose discipline over excuses. You change your future. Every time you protect your peace instead of chasing approval, you change your future. Every time you forgive yourself for yesterday and focus on today, you change your future. Transformation is never dramatic. While it's happening, it feels slow. It feels invisible. Sometimes it even feels impossible. A sculptor doesn't create a masterpiece with one strike of the hammer. Every careful strike removes something unnecessary, until eventually the masterpiece appears. Life has been doing the same thing to you, removing fear, removing pride, removing distractions, removing everything that could never become part of the person you're destined to be. The breaking was never the end. It was the beginning of the rebuilding. Some people spend their entire lives waiting for confidence before taking action. The truth is, action creates confidence. Movement creates momentum. Consistency creates identity. You don't become fearless before you begin. You become fearless because you refuse to stop. Never underestimate the power of one more day, one more workout, one more chapter, one more interview, one more attempt, one more sunrise. History has been written by people who decided to try one more time. When everyone else believed the story was over, that includes you. Your greatest chapter has not been written yet. The strongest version of yourself has not been fully revealed yet. The peace you've been searching for, the confidence you've been chasing, the purpose you've been praying for. They are not found by looking backward. They are waiting ahead. Keep walking. There will be people who misunderstand your journey. Keep walking. There will be days when motivation disappears. Keep walking. There will be moments when progress feels invisible. Keep walking, because every step forward, no matter how small, is still a step away from the person you used to be. And one day, without warning, you'll look back, not with regret, not with anger, but with gratitude. You'll realize that the chapter you once begged life to remove became the chapter that changed everything. The heartbreak taught compassion, the failure taught resilience, the rejection built confidence, the loneliness created wisdom. Nothing was wasted, not a single tear, not a single setback, not a single sleepless night. It all had a purpose. So, stand up. Not because life is fair, not because the road is easy. Stand up because you are stronger than your circumstances. Stand up because your future still needs you. Stand up because there are dreams that have not been lived, people who have not yet been inspired, mountains you have not yet climbed, and a version of yourself you have not yet met. The world doesn't need another person who surrendered to fear. It needs someone who chose courage despite fear. Someone who kept their faith when everything looked impossible. Someone who refused to let pain write the final chapter. Let that person be you. Years from now, when someone asks how you survived the hardest season of your life, you won't tell them you were fearless. You won't tell them you had all the answers. You'll simply smile and say, asterisk, asterisk. Life broke me, but I decided to rise anyway. Asterisk, asterisk. Because in the end, that is what greatness has always been. Not living without pain, not avoiding failure, not escaping heartbreak. Greatness is choosing to rise every single time life gives you a reason to stay down. So when this speech ends, and the music fades, and the world starts demanding your attention again, remember one thing. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you choose to become because of it. Walk forward. Carry your scars with pride. Protect your peace. Honor your purpose. Trust the process. And never ever forget this truth. Asterisk, asterisk. Life can break your plans. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. Life can break your heart. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. Life can break your comfort. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. But life can never break a person who refuses to stop rising. Rise again. Rise stronger. Rise anyway.